never heal.
We're still standing. Be proud of that.
I can't help but pity Hagridden, despite what he's put me through. I felt his taunt. You're right. He was the Jarl. He should have thrown that woman in chains at the mere suggestion of taking another person's life, let alone making some kind of sick sacrifice. Instead, they all paid the price. Did she get her desire, I wonder? I'll give him the burial he seeks, so we can both finally get some rest. But it'll be an unmarked grave. His name can stay buried down here. Call it mercy, not forgiveness. But at least I won't join him. I never could have done this without you.
What would you ask of me? Of course. What did you want to discuss? It's a pleasure to ride with you. I hope this is just early days in our tale. My blade is yours. How can I help? I'm at your service, of course. Some of my favorite tales are those of the Alliance leaders. And the companions, the adventuring group? Incredible. Especially Lyris Titanborn. She's so... impressive. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Be off, Reeker. Ard Kaddock refuses to see you. Now go! Before I gut you.
The Ard needs to hear what I have to say, my friend. It is imperative that we speak. Reach folk. I don't believe I've ever dealt with a more distrustful lot. I'm here on urgent business, but the despot of Markarth refuses to see me. While the Grey Host gathers, he hides behind his sentries and his walls, thinking to escape their fury. Ard Kaddock, self-proclaimed ruler of the Reach. He rarely ventures out of Understone Keep these days. I've come to offer my assistance, but he refuses to listen. Meanwhile, even here in the shadow of the city, Grey Host agents plot and conspire. An alliance of vampires, witches, and werewolves bent on slaughter and conquest. I want to protect the Reach, but to do that, I need to uncover the Grey Host's plans and secure Ard Kaddock's cooperation. Would you be willing to help me in this? With your help, we may save the Reach yet. While I continue to exert diplomatic pressure, I need you to find information the Ard will consider valuable. Something concerning the rebels that plague his rule, perhaps. Start by talking to the sentry. Reach folk deal in bargains. They respect strength and skill, and they believe in rewarding favors. If we can bring something important to the Ard while demonstrating these qualities, I think he'll agree to hear us out. If we're to stop the Grey Host and help the Reach, we don't have a choice. At the very least, we need his resources and support. In my time here, I have heard about these rebels, but I'm not sure the extent of their rebellion. See what you can learn. Remember, remain respectful but wary when dealing with Reach folk. They don't suffer long speeches, not even short ones. Keep your conversation with the sentry brief and to the point. Once you find something, meet me in Markarth at Understone Keep. An appellation he earned, as I understand it. Ard Kaddock is said to be ruthless and powerful, a cruel leader who seeks the ruin of Tamriel and the death of any who reject the spirits, or what you and I call the Daedric Princes. That he's a king of broken antlers and carrion crows who eats the hearts of his enemies and hunts children for sport? Perhaps. But the legend always overshadows the reality. Kaddock's legend is a mix of Daggerfall insults and Reach superstitions. He's a canny leader who applies both caution and brutality in equal measure. He calls himself Ard, the king of the fort, but his rule isn't absolute. Most Reach clans respect him, however. His help will be crucial in the battles ahead. This Grey Host is somehow connected to the army that ravaged the land in the First Era. Like their ancient counterpart, I assume they seek to conquer and destroy. I need to learn more to know for sure. Meanwhile, we must get the Reach to prepare. Yes, so my ward Fenorian has told me, which is even more of a reason for you to help me here in the Reach. Whatever Radha al-Saran began in Western Skyrim, I believe he has something even more terrible in mind for the Reach folk. No, of course not. I won't mince words. The Reachmen are a stubborn and unruly people. They resort to violence at the least provocation, but despite the opinion of most civilized Tamriel, they aren't frothing barbarians. The Reach folk possess a distinct culture that you'll see during your time here. They also enjoy the same capacity for virtue and evil as Bretons, Nords, and the other peoples of Tamriel. Animal skins don't make one a barbarian. Actions do. As a noble of Rivenspire, I'm here under the guise of a diplomatic mission. However, as the leader of the Ravenwatch, my real purpose remains to protect mortals from all manner of supernatural threats. Brace yourself. The Raven Watch consists of honorable vampires dedicated to restraining the less desirable elements in our brethren. This mandate extends to other supernatural threats, of which the Grey Host is certainly one. And yes, I am a vampire. Obviously, I'm glad we can speak plainly. The Raven Watch doesn't kill vampires, at least not unless absolutely necessary. We offer a different path, a way to live beside mortals without fear or temptation. I trust that won't be a problem for you.
Didn't you hear? You and that fancy bastard aren't welcome here. Get! Or I'll make a scarf out of your guts! We know all about the Blood Drinkers and the Beast Folk. We were dealing with them just fine before Ard Paddock called us back to Markarth. The Witch Rebels are a bigger threat, along with outsiders who try to get into our business. Some wilder witch has been stirring up the clans to the east of Markarth, making trouble for Ard Paddock. But we'll have her head on a pike soon enough. Look, if you want to see the Ard, then bring news he doesn't know. Something about the rebels.
Witch rebels are as bad as the damn vampires. Get away from me, you reeker. You think a Reach warrior with only one good leg can't cut you? Well, think again. The Grey Host? Does it look like I've been bitten or clawed? It's the damn witch rebels. And they can't tell a Reach folk from a monster any better than you can. They thought I was one of those invaders. Spirits, take the lot of them. Aye, like a pack of wild dogs they were. Kept shouting, Arana, Arana, as they bore down on me. I took an arrow in the leg before they listened to me. Before they decided I wasn't an invader. I think Arana spoke to me. I think she was their leader. No, like ghosts these rebels are. I plan to return to Markarth and petition the Ard to let me take a war party out to find them. They must be hiding in the eastern foothills. I don't care if they are fighting the Grey Host. They're mine.
stay here as long as you like. I'm done waiting for Ardcardic to muster the clans.
Are you now? And what do you plan to do about it? Join those rebels? You wouldn't have the first clue about how to find them.
That's where you're wrong. Connell says they're gathering in the eastern foothills.
Well, then your head can wind up on a pike with the rest of them, you damn fool.
None of these weak strangers could face a true Reach challenge.
I bet I can bang the dents from my armor while we're in town.
Yeah, my friend. Was your hunt successful? You couldn't have timed your arrival any better. Ardcardic holds court as we speak. We'll never have a better chance to gain an audience with him. Did your investigation uncover anything we can use? What did you learn? Orana? I have heard that name during my time here. Did you happen to learn what these rebels are rebelling against? Flee this city? With a grey host prowling the countryside? Well, that's 3 valuable pieces of information. I want you to represent me before Ardcardic. Explain what you learned and convince him to finally agree to meet with me. Speak with the Ard Sentry. You'll need to convince her to gain an audience with Caddoc. I think the information you uncovered about the rebels will be enough to interest the despot of Markarth, but you can never be too certain with Reachfolk. I'm lucky to have made it this far into the city. Caddoc and his entourage have little patience for a noble such as myself, especially a noble from a land they consider to be the home of their enemy. Now, this task is better in your hands. I shall wait around here and continue to discreetly learn what I can about the Reach and its people. I also want to think about Orana and her rebels. Maybe there's a way to add them to our arsenal. Go. I'll be here when you get back.
You again? You dare to disgrace Understone Keep with your presence, outsider? That takes guts, I'll give you that. What's your business in the Ard's Keep? Do you now? And you want to share that information with Ardcardic? You're certainly full of surprises, outsider. All right, I'll allow you to approach the throne, if your courage holds out. Fair warning, the Ard's in a foul temper today. Not yet you don't, but you will. Ardcardic is likely to remove your head from your shoulders as listen to you, so talk fast, outsider. And remember, the Ard has no patience for fools or flatterers.
I'm telling you, it's perfect. Once we're in, nobody will care that we're Ultima. We just might make it through this war alive.
What fool do I have to behead for letting you in here? You're not of the Reach or the clans. You've either got the sense of a goat or the heart of a saber cat, and I'm eager to find out which. Now, speak plainly. What bring the fancy elf, who won't take no for an answer, huh? Yeah, he should have made this offer earlier. News concerning the rebels is a beast worth skinning. Tell me something I don't know, and I won't have you fed to my hunting dogs. Spies in my city. Well, that would explain some things, but that and a vague location aren't enough to get me to sit down and drink with a high elf. What else have you got? And remember, my patience is wearing thin. Arana. I know that name. She's a honey-tongued fanatic who refused to bury her sword when I forged a peace with the Grey Host. She's slippery, eh? But I didn't realize she led the rebels. Sniffing out a Reach witch. That commands respect. For now. Aye, they agreed to spare the city while they look for some ancient relic. Dwarven, I suspect. They can have it. Verandis wants to meet? Then talk to my advisor, Lady Boleyn. Track down Arana for her, and I'll listen to every word he has to say.
I couldn't help but overhear Ard Cadic's voice it carries. Now tell me about the leader of the witch rebels. The name you provided? Arana, I believe you said? Ah, therein lies the problem. Reach witches are experts at losing themselves in the many caves and copses that decorate the landscape. It's like finding a tooth in a hen's beak. Most witches give deference to the Ard. Arana is a troublemaker. Actually, that task falls to you. A favor for a favor, yes. That's how business works here. Locate the rebels, find Arana, and urge her to stop meddling in Markarth's affairs. Do that, and you shall earn a place for you and your count in the Reach. That look on your face. I know curiosity when I see it. Very well. I can spare a few more moments before sending you off on your task. What does the outsider in Ard Cadic's court wish to know? While I may not have been born and raised in the Reach, I have earned my place as friend and counselor to Ard Cadic. His subjects call me a keep witch. I assure you, this is a term of the utmost respect among the Reach folk. A genuine desire for peace brought me here. The Reach finds itself beset from all sides. Orcs, Nords, Bretons, Imperials, they all seek the destruction of the Reach folk. I try to serve as a bridge of sorts. Yes, a bridge between the Reach and the civilized world. There's simply no reason that the people of Tamriel should go on killing each other. We have an opportunity to build a kinder, better Tamriel. I'm here. What is any rebellion all about? Malcontents chafing against the established order, stirring up trouble. They're a nuisance, nothing more. It's a matter of timing. Since the arrival of the Grey Host, the land beyond the city walls has become perilous. The Ard urges everyone to take shelter here in Markarth, while Arana calls them away. Her reckless endeavor will get everyone killed.
Before you run off, tell me about your audience with Ard Cadic. Impressive. You accomplished more in mere moments than I've been able to do since I arrived in this savage land. We'll find Arana, see if the witch rebels will join our cause. I will continue my own investigations and meet you back here.
I make a point of minding my manners around witches. The last thing I need is a hex on my house. Bad dreams for my guests, sour ale. No thank you.
Sharp and thrilling. To be hunted is to be alive, to be tested and worthy.
Did I miss anything interesting? Hope we find something interesting today. What would you like to talk about? I'm an archer by training, so I try to stay at range. Up close, I'm pretty handy with a dagger, but I prefer my bow. Something? What would you like to talk about? I can't stand goblins, or snakes, or boats. They all make me want to retch, for different reasons. The less we deal with any of them, the better. Problem, Sarah?
Your fear smells sharp and thrilling. To be hunted is to be alive, to be tested and worthy.
How did I get here? I think I was trying to get back to someone. Hmm? Oh yes. Another drink, please.
I don't suppose we have anything to cook. Isabelle Valois, at your service. What would you ask of me? I'm at your service, of course. I wouldn't have offered you my service if I didn't trust you, my friend. A knight's word is her bond.